The best players in the NFL released. The best players in the NBA released. The best players in the MLB released. And the best players in the NHL are all going to be released in today's video. And in today's crazy sports universe, I'm going to be simulating a season, seeing which players sign to which teams in every single league, and then who walks away in all four sports with a championship. And this wheel will pick which league we are going to start in. It'll be the NFL. So we're getting started in Madden 25. And quickly before we get into our first simulated season, I want to give shout outs to KNICKS and Weege, two awesome creators that did videos like this for the MLB and NFL. I'll leave links for those in the description. Check them out. And just take a look at this NFL free agency pool. It is absolutely stacked going into the season. Now we're going to hop into franchise mode where I'm going to simulate the season to see which of these free agents made a big impact on their new team and who's going to the Super Bowl. Mr. Justin Jefferson, our #1 receiver on the free agency market, headed to Cincinnati to play for the Bengals. The #1 running back on the market, Saquon Barkley, heads to Houston as he's a member of the Texans. There's a new MVP in Buffalo as Lamar Jackson is the new quarterback of the Buffalo Bills. And it looks like Mahomes is actually trying to restart the evil empire. The New England Patriots got a new quarterback. And now I'm going to quickly show you all a bunch of the free agents and where they signed as we are going to get into this season to see who's going to the Super Bowl. So make sure to pause the screen. 3, 2, 1. We're moving on. The #1 team in the AFC is the Buffalo Bills with a 16-1 record. We saw Lamar Jackson sign there. The Texans, who's on this team besides Saquon Barkley, we'll have to find out. The Broncos 13-4. Chargers, Bengals, Raiders, Patriots make the playoffs. The #1 seed in the NFC, a 13-4 Commanders team who still have Jaden Daniels because he was not at 90 going into this sim. The Eagles behind them, the Buccaneers, the 49ers, Vikings, Cowboys, and Giants make the playoffs at 8-9. Lamar Jackson might have just had another MVP season, this time for the Bills, as he goes for over 5,000 passing yards, 46 touchdowns to only 9 picks. Derrick Henry finds his way to a new team. He's with the Minnesota Vikings. He goes for 1,451 yards, most in the league, and 9 touchdowns. And with Lamar Jackson, the #1 receiver on the year is Khalil Shakir in the NFL. 1,913 receiving yards with 22 touchdowns. Here's a look at the top players with passing yards in the NFL on some of their new teams for players that change teams. Then we have our top rushers, Derrick Henry, Najee Harris, Jahmyr Gibbs, switch teams, Barkley, Bijan Robinson. You have our top receivers, Khalil Shakir, Brandon Ayuk stayed with the 49ers, Amon-Ra to the Rams, Rashee Rice, Josh Downs, Jefferson on his new team. Okay, the Bills were insane. 31.5 sacks for Greg Rousseau. He stayed on the Bills and went for 31.5 sacks. That's impossible. Followed up by Myles Garrett on the Dolphins, Aiden Hutchinson on the Ravens, Preston Smith on the Raiders, Jeffrey Simmons still with the Titans. Now it's time to skip to the Super Bowl and see who's playing in it. And one of our two teams in the Super Bowl is led by Josh Allen on the Texans. And he's taking on the San Francisco 49ers and Brock Purdy. Let's take a look at this San Francisco 49ers team that no longer has Christian McCaffrey or Nick Bosa, but funny enough, maybe not even George Kittle either, but funny enough, they did re-sign Trent Williams and Fred Warner, so some players actually went back to their teams anyway, but they still lost a lot of pieces, so I'm surprised to see the 49ers here. But they also picked up some players as well. They might not have George Kittle anymore, but they do have Mark Andrews at the tight end spot. So they subbed out one elite tight end for another. And we'll see if Purdy goes to him on a 3rd and 12. Purdy is going to complete that pass, but they're going to be short. So that means we flip over to a Texans team that's been pretty much rebuilt. I got to check out who else is on this team. But is that Mike Evans? I think that's Mike Evans from Josh Allen. They also have Saquon Barkley. That is Mike Evans. They still have Nico Collins because he was under a 90 overall rating, I believe, when I released everybody. So he didn't have to get released. So I see why the Texans are here. I am surprised that there's no Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl, Josh Allen's former team, because of how good they were offensively and defensively. So Josh Allen hands that one off to Barkley. If I had to pick between these two teams right now, I think I'm going Texans for the win. Josh Allen, though, is brought down. Fred Warner returns to the 49ers and gets a sack. 3rd and 10. Josh Allen on his new team, looking for a first down, and he's wrapped up. They got a punt as well. They also have A.J. Brown on this team that Josh Allen just connected with. That's unbelievable. They have A.J. Brown, Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Barkley, and Josh Allen. This is the greatest offense I've ever seen. The Houston Texans pulled out their checkbook. They pulled it out for this free agency class. and it can result in an automatic Super Bowl. They got rid of CJ Stroud for Allen Barkley out of the backfield, and it's 3rd and short. Down here is going to be tough the way this game's been going for them to come back. There's a first down and a touchdown. Josh Allen connects with his man. That's going to be 6, and they're going to go up by 10. We have a Brevin Jordan touchdown with all the weapons they have. The 49ers got a touchdown back. It is 17-14 as we are about to hit the 2-minute warning. A first down here is huge for the Texans. Oh my, he connected with Mike Evans. I couldn't speak for a second. I'm trying to process what was happening, but Josh Allen needed the first down to move closer to victory formation, and the Texans are almost there. So now all they need is a first down, and this game is over. The new look Houston Texans with Barkley, Allen, Evans, A.J. Brown, and Nico Collins staying are going to win the Super Bowl. Well, our new look NFL definitely created a new look Super Bowl winner as Brock Purdy and the 49ers fall again in the big game. The Texans are getting a ring. Josh Allen's getting a ring. Shout out to Houston. Wait, CJ Stroud's actually on the team as a backup. He's the backup, and they signed Josh Allen. Wow, they had no faith in CJ. They saw Josh Allen in the open market, and they went ahead and signed him. Roger Goodell, for the first time in their franchise history, the Houston Texans are Super Bowl champions. That is one new look sport down. We have 3 to go. Let's head to the MLB. And that's MLB The Show 25, where our biggest free agency changes include Juan Soto to the Toronto Blue Jays. Aaron Judge actually signs with the San Francisco Giants this time around. Bobby Witt Jr. heads to the Los Angeles Dodgers. Paul Skeens is a Texas Ranger. Tariq Skubal signs with the Tigers once again. And the biggest free agent of them all, the San Diego Padres get Shohei Ohtani. Your playoff teams in the American League include the Red Sox and Rays out of the AL East, the AL Central, the Twins, Royals, and Tigers, and the Mariners in the American League West. The National League, we have the Braves and Phillies moving on, as well as the Brewers and Cubs, and the Dodgers and Padres. And here's a look at your full playoff bracket. In the National League, a lot of things change with WAR. We have Mookie Betts, who leads as a Cincinnati Red, Aaron Judge as a Giant, Ohtani as a Padre, Lindor as a Brewer, and we have Bobby Witt as a Dodger. In the AL, there is not many players changing teams that lead in home runs until we get to Corey Seager at 7 with 34. In the National League, again, though, Aaron Judge with 47. Trey Turner stays with the Phillies. We get to Brent Rooker, though. He's with the Dodgers. Tatis with the Braves. Mookie with the Reds, and Bryce Harper still with the Phillies. So the Phillies retained a lot of their players. MVP in the American League went to Rafael Devers of the Red Sox, and in the National League, it is Aaron Judge. Once again, he wins another MVP. Cy Young in the National League goes to Spencer Strider. He stayed with the Braves, didn't have to get released, but Zach Gallen and Ohtani did get released, and they're in the top 3. In the American League, George Kirby gets it still with the Mariners. And the World Series matchup is Tigers-Brewers. Well, the Brewers got 2 really good free agents in this pool. They got Lindor and Clase to help out their roster get to the World Series. As for the Tigers, they didn't lose Tariq Skubal, so that was huge, and they got Ellie De La Cruz in this free agency pool. And the Tigers are up 3-1 in the World Series. We are about to jump in for this game. And the Detroit Tigers are 3 outs away from winning the World Series. They are up 4-1 in this game 5 at home, making the play. There's 1 out. We'll not see Lindor get up in this inning. He's batting second for this team. So they already have used their free agency acquisition in this game in the 8th inning. So he's not getting up in the 9th unless they bat around, which they're going to need to, actually. Oh, Jackson Chourio! This game's not over. Is that foul? That's a foul ball. That was fair. That really should have been a home run. Instead, 2 strikes. And I thought Ellie was going to have to make that play at shortstop for the Tigers coming over from the Reds. Instead, it's the pitcher making the play. Tigers just need 1 out, and this should do it. The Detroit Tigers in our new sports universe have won the World Series. They pick up Ellie De La Cruz in free agency. They retain Tariq Skubal, and they pick up a World Series title. And there's the commissioner to present the Tigers with their Commissioner's World Series trophy. Congrats, Tigers fans. We got 2 sports left. let's check out the NHL. We head to NHL 25. With the biggest signings being Connor McDavid, the best player in the world, headed to the Florida Panthers, a team that beat him in the Cup last year. Nathan MacKinnon actually re-signs with the Colorado Avalanche. The same cannot be said for his teammate Cale Makar, though, as he heads to the Dallas Stars. Nikita Kucherov is a member of the Los Angeles Kings. The duo of McDavid and Draisaitl have been broken up, as Leon Draisaitl is signing with the Vancouver Canucks. And Sid the Kid, Sidney Crosby, a lifelong Penguin, is actually now a member of the Carolina Hurricanes. In the Eastern Conference, the Maple Leafs are the #1 seed. They'll probably lose before the conference finals. Doesn't matter who's on the team. Tampa Bay Lightning, the 2 seed. The Sabres, the Hurricanes, the Panthers, Canadiens, Devils, and Blue Jackets are your playoff teams. In the West, it's still the McKinnon-led Avalanche. They're the 1 seed. The Dallas Stars, Kraken, the Draisaitl-led Canucks, the Winnipeg Jets, the Blues, Kings, and Wild are all headed to the postseason. Leading the league in points with 65 goals, 53 assists, Connor McDavid as a Florida Panther, 118 points. This is the craziest stat that I might see in this entire video. Kyle Connor, formerly of the Winnipeg Jets, is on the Blue Jackets. He scored 78 goals in a season. And leading the league in assists with 92 is Cale Makar of the Dallas Stars. And here's a look at the top 10 players in points. McDavid, we already covered. Jack Hughes, a member of the Hurricanes. Jack Eichel, a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Connor for the Winnipeg Jets, now on the Blue Jackets. We have Panarin, who actually went to the Winnipeg Jets. Mitch Marner, a member of the Canadiens. Nathan MacKinnon stays with the Colorado Avalanche. Kirill Kaprizov, a member of the Tampa Bay Lightning. Braden Point headed to Colorado. And at number 10, Cale Makar of the Dallas Stars. And the Stanley Cup champions, I couldn't figure out how to jump in franchise mode to the final game. It was the Avalanche over the Tampa Bay Lightning. The league MVP, aka the Hart Memorial Trophy for this season, went to Connor McDavid of the Florida Panthers. The Norris Trophy for the best defenseman went to Cale Makar of the Dallas Stars. The Vezina Trophy went to Jacob Markstrom of the New Jersey Devils. Now we finish in the NBA, where we might have the most stacked free agency class yet across all of the 4 sports that we have played in today's video. The NBA is stacked with so many big names, where the biggest signings include MVP from this past season, SGA, formerly on the Thunder, now a Los Angeles Clipper. Nikola Jokic is a member of the San Antonio Spurs. Giannis Antetokounmpo, maybe if Steph Curry's still with the Warriors, is going to team up with him in Golden State. But I just answered my own question, because Steph Curry is actually a member of the Memphis Grizzlies. Looks like LeBron James is going to be finishing his career in Orlando with the Magic. And Luka Doncic didn't get traded from the Mavs to the Lakers. Instead, he goes to the Pacers in this universe. The MVP in this universe goes to SGA as a member of the Clippers. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Victor Wembanyama as a Dallas Maverick. And Cade Cunningham wins Clutch Player of the Year as a New York Knicks, similar to Jalen Brunson. Here's your All-NBA First Team SGA of the Clippers, Wemby of the Mavericks, Luka Doncic of the Pacers, Jokic of the Spurs, and Giannis of the Warriors. And here's a look at some of the other players that led in points this season on different teams. Brunson on the Thunder, Edwards landed with the Lakers, Wemby again, Tatum with the Suns, Tyrese Maxey stayed with the 76ers, Cade with the Knicks, Luka with the Pacers, Giannis with the Warriors, and LeBron with the Magic. And here is your new look NBA playoff bracket. And in the NBA Finals, it's the Pacers versus the Warriors, which means it's going to be a matchup between Luka and the Pacers and Giannis and the Warriors. Pacers lead 3-2. We're going to start this potential NBA Finals winner via Simcast. If the Warriors pull away, though, we will have a Game 7. We're in the 4th quarter. They are up by 10. Up by 10 with 6 minutes to go. Up by 9 with 2 minutes to go. And we will have a Game 7. Game 7 now will be in Golden State. Let's have a close one late, and we're jumping in. And right now, Warriors, as we're about to get the halftime lead by 5. Lead by 10. Going into the 4th quarter, they lead by 5. We're going to have a close one here late in the game. So we set the stage with 1.5 minutes to go. The Warriors are down by 6. Jimmy Butler still with this team. But Giannis is the go-to guy. But Doncic trying to end this game. Puts it up and puts it in. It's an 8-point lead with 1:20 to go. And the Pacers in Game 7 on the road are on the verge of winning an NBA championship. Jimmy Butler, will he feed Giannis at all? Giannis, you got to take over. Here comes Butler. Wide open shot from Butler. Connects, makes it a 6-point game again. Giannis, you should take Luka because he is torching his man right now. It is an automatic bucket right now for Luka Doncic. Unstoppable. Giannis or Butler's going to have to guard him. They don't have a good matchup late in this game. But Butler right past his defender. He had a wide open layup. He didn't take it. Passes it out. Three-pointer. No good. Rebound by the Pacers. Doncic has it. 40 seconds left. Naismith driving to the basket. Kicks it to Siakam. Inside to Nembhard. He throws it up. He's blocked. 33 seconds. They're down by 8. They need a three-point shot. Payton in the corner. No good. I think that's going to do it. With 3 seconds, the Indiana Pacers, led by Luka Doncic, are going to win the Larry O'Brien Trophy as they are going to be crowned our NBA champions in this new universe. And there you have it. I don't know where Luka's at, though. Luka's not even on the podium. Where's Luka? I don't know where Luka is. Luka Doncic didn't even make the podium for some reason. Siakam will hoist the Larry O'Brien Trophy as the Pacers win an NBA championship. That's going to do it for this video, everyone. If you enjoyed it, do me a favor by hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel, and I'll talk to you on the next one. Peace.